What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Baltimore Ravens Rundown. My name is Joey Petersen. We got a fun show for each and every one of you today. We're going to start off by giving you a look at the playoff picture as it currently sits in the AFC, and then we're going to take it from conference-wide to division-wide and give you a deep dive of the AFC North, where the Ravens sit right now and what they need to happen throughout the rest of the season to lock down that division. Speaking of the division, I got to show you our November sub battle against every single chat sports team in the AFC North. And right now, we're in third place. 56 subs behind Steelers Talk. Not bad. Could be better. Needs to be better. And we need to be at the top of the list by the end of today. If you guys have not yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that big red sub button. Daily content. Hey, help us get to the top of the AFC North. So right now, when you look at the AFC, and you look at the playoff chances, these are via ESPN, here are how things sit currently. The Broncos are at the top with 97.2%. The Patriots in second, Colts in third, Bills in fourth, Jaguars in fifth. There you find the Ravens in sixth place, sitting at 63.1, just above the Chargers at 62.2, and rounding out the top 10 of the Chiefs, Steelers, and Texans, and barely hanging on by a thread, you find the Cincinnati Bengals with a 2.1% chance, and the Miami Dolphins less than 1%. And when you look a little bit deeper into that picture, this is how things are playing out currently. The Denver Broncos with that number one seed, and then you find the Patriots, Colts, and Steelers, all the division leaders, of course. They guarantee themselves home matchups. And then you look at the wild card, you see the Bills at 7-3, the Chargers at 7-4, and the Jacksonville Jaguars rounding out the playoff picture at 6-4. In the hunt currently, that's where you'll find the Baltimore Ravens. They're behind the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs because they all have that 5-5 record, and you lost to Kansas City, and you lost to Houston, so they got that head-to-head over you. Miami Dolphins are right behind Baltimore, and you beat them, so you have that head-to-head over them as well. And I believe they're 4-6, or are they 4-7? Have they had their bye yet? No matter. I'm sure that's correct. So right now, in my opinion, Baltimore's best chance to make it into the playoffs is to win the division. Because the teams that are ahead of you, outside of the playoffs, like we just showed you, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans both have beaten you. They've got the head-to-heads over you. I would feel far more comfortable getting into the playoffs via winning the division than I would just off record alone. That's going to be very, very hard to do, just given the fact that you started 1-5. You might feel that you're better than the Texans. You might feel that you're better than the Jaguars, who have that 7th seed. Guess what? It doesn't matter. They didn't start 1-5. You did. What to look forward to this week in Week 12 of the National Football League in the AFC. The Broncos have a bye, as do the Chargers. The Patriots play on the road in Cincinnati. Colts taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Bills will be in Houston. Jaguars in Arizona. Obviously, the Ravens are taking on the Jets. The Chiefs playing the Colts. Steelers on the road in Chicago. And the Texans facing Buffalo. That's going to be Thursday Night Football. So what we're rooting for out of all those scenarios, we want the Bears to beat the Steelers. We want the Patriots to beat the Bengals. I am just I don't want to worry about Cincinnati in any sense of the word. I just want them as knocked out as they could be. You want the Colts to beat the Chiefs, kind of same story with them. Need them to stack as many losses as they can. And you want the Bills to beat the Texans, trying to get the teams ahead of you in the hunt category to get a little more tally marks in their loss column. Will the Ravens win a playoff game this year? What do you think? Give me a yes or give me a no in that comment section down below. Weigh in with your answer and tell me what you think. Coming up, we got an AFC North breakdown, okay? Don't go anywhere. I'm going to tell you everything from betting odds, percentages, what they need to do, tiebreaker scenarios. It's got a lot of jam-packed action to round out today's show. But, of course, I got to tell you about our sponsor, and that's our great friends over at Ethos. As you know, my wife Kennedy and I got married a little bit over a year and a half ago. I imagine we'll buy a house and maybe start having kids sometime soon. And if something were to happen to me, the last thing I want the people I love to worry about is being able to pay the bills. So I trust Ethos to keep them protected. It's not fun to think about what would happen if something happened, but you do need to be prepared. With life insurance through Ethos, your family is protected. Life insurance is a perfect way to make sure you're covered. You can get your free quote at ethos.com/NFL Daily. That's ethos.com/NFL Daily. There's no complicated process, and it's 100% online. As of March 2025, Business Insider named Ethos the #1 no medical exam instant life insurance provider. Just answer a few health questions and get a quote in as little as 10 minutes. 3 million families have completed their applications and trusted Ethos to help them find the right coverage. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/NFL Daily. That's ETHOS.com/NFL Daily. Application times may vary, rates may vary. So currently, the AFC North looks like this. Steelers on top with a 6-4 record. The Ravens are in second, 5-5. Bengals at 3-7. And the Cleveland Browns, they sit dead last at 2-8. They are pretty much cooked. And if you don't believe me, look at the betting odds. If you want to be a millionaire anytime over the next couple of months, throw about $400 on Browns plus 30,000 and then just pray that they end up winning it all. The Ravens right now are the leaders in the AFC North for betting odds per FanDuel. They're minus 270. Steelers then at plus 240. Bengals still have pretty long odds at plus 3,300 to win the division. And if you look at the New York Times, the Athletics playoff prediction machine, the Ravens sit with an 81% chance to win the division. Steelers at 19%, and both the Bengals and the Browns at less than 1%. The interesting thing about the rest of this season is you pretty much believe this is going to be a two-horse race, just kind of like it was last year. It's going to come down to the Ravens or the Steelers. And when you look at what they've got ahead of them over the next, 7 games left in this season, the Ravens' strength of schedule sits dead middle of the pack. As middle as you can be. 500, literally middle, and also 16th, which is the halfway mark to 32 teams in the National Football League. You're welcome for that quick math. Steelers' schedule a little bit harder at .507. There's the 13th highest strength of schedule. So Ravens have a little bit easier of a road ahead of them than the Steelers do. But, hey, it'll all come down to beating the Pittsburgh Steelers because you still get to play them twice this season. Who do you think wins the division? Is it Baltimore? Is it Pittsburgh? You let me know down below in that comment section. If you think it's the Ravens, give me a BAL. And if you think it's the Steelers, go ahead. Never come back to this channel and give me a PIT. When looking at division wins, you got to think about tiebreakers as well. And here they are. You look first at head-to-head matchup. Then you look at the best one-loss tied percentage in division games. And then if those are the same, you look at the best one-loss tied division in common games. Well, if you had that criteria, let's see how it plays out right now. So if you look at head-to-head right now, it's a push. 0-0. They haven't played yet. You do play them December 7th, and then again January 4th to end out this season. Win-loss tie percentage in the division, the Ravens, that's who it favors because they have not lost a division game yet, going 2-0 against the Cleveland Browns. While the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're at 2-1. Of course, they got that Thursday night football loss against the Cleveland Browns. And if you look at win-loss tie percentage of common opponents, it is a push because neither team has lost to the two opponents they share, that being the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. Honestly, like I kind of said just a couple of minutes ago, just win. That'll take care of everything. And the Baltimore Ravens, even though they started this season at 1-5, they sit in a wonderful spot where they control their own destiny because you still get to play the Steelers twice. You get to play the Bengals twice. And if you handle Pittsburgh those 2 times, it's going to be very hard for them, with who they have left ahead of them, to also be able to win this division. Those 2 games are going to be massive. That's why I'm so excited. That's the final game you play this season. It's going to be absolutely electric watching that showdown to round out things in Week 18. But just win, baby, okay? Take a page from Al Davis's book and just win. You control your destiny, which is not ever what teams who start their seasons 1-5 get to say, okay? Very rare, but that's where you find yourself. Make sure you got me followed on social media, Twitter, Instagram. I'm on both of those platforms, and I'm on here at the Ravens Rundown every single day. We'll be live later today, 5 Eastern, 4 Central. We'll have 3 segments for you guys. Make sure you come hang out. We'll be live for about an hour. It'll be a blast. So I better see you there. And to make sure, subscribe and turn on those notifications.